Alright, so now we're live. So just give me a second. I just need to change something. Alright. Still got my rest in peace nudge thing there. But I can't remember how to change that shit. Alright. Oh, it's like this computer has AIDS after Murd used it.
Where does he live?
Hobart. Alright.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Alright, it's all working now. It was just a little. Alright. Okay, so this first part I'm just going to quickly run through, but you've already done it. You've downloaded EzQuake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, is this Quakeworld? Yeah, Quakeworld.
Yeah.
I'll just try and launch it and see what happens. I don't know.
Okay, so now we are live. Switch. I'm just going to post this link around. Right. Four seasons.
Oh, there's EzQuake, Quakeworld, EzQuake, EzQuake.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you there's like a new executable to use probably instead of that one.
Oh, here we go.
So,
Single player, new game.
alright, so, okay, I'm going to start now. So, it's very simple. So, you go to EzQuake.com, we're going to start the installation. You click this link you hover over download, click this link for download, it gives you this installer file. I'm not going to actually go through it all because I've already got it installed, but these are the options you tick. So this is just a temporary folder to install it. Tick all three of these, or actually these two if it's the first time aren't so important, but always select the fnu.nu mirror. It's not the fastest, but I find it the most reliable. For some reason, I've had problems, at least in Australia, with the other mirrors. I haven't actually tried Quake Phil's mirror, and his shit's usually pretty reliable. So you can maybe try that because it's be a lot faster from Australia. But I always use fnu.nu, which I believe is the master mirror. Anyway, so once you select that, go next. You can put in some of the settings here, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to use any of those anyway. Then, once you get here, untick all the extra options. You don't want Team Fortress, you don't want Clan Arena, and you don't want the high resolution texture pack. It doesn't matter about associating Quakeworld related files. Just choose where you want to install it, and it will go through probably a slow download from Sweden, and then you go through and you finish. Alright, so once that's done, alright, so where have I installed this game?
If I accidentally didn't untick textures, the high resolution textures.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. Because once you see what I do, you might want to do that. So in the folder we installed it under configs, it's not on mine, but there's a folder called sample, and in the samples folder there is a dirtbox config. So copy that into this folder here and call it whatever your name is. Alright, I typically have a config per event that I'm going to, and so the last event I went to, even though there's no Quakeworld, was this one, so I'll be using this config. Alright, now also the best exe file to download I find, and you should watch this bit, if you go to that Dual Mania website, I actually put it in the rules. It's actually like a new alpha version of the exe, and you'll see the link here. This build. So if you also save that, because Meiji has been working hard still to this day to write a new renderer for the Quakeworld engine, and this EzQuake 3.5 alpha contains the new renderer, which gets you double the frames a second that you would normally, which means you could play this with high FPS on like a fucking calculator.
Can you send me the link to the page you're on right now?
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna send that to you, and you'll go down to allowed clients section 2, and you'll see a link that says this build. That's the exe. Now when it opens up, it's got a zip file, and there's one called EzQuake STD, which is the standard old Quake renderer, and then there's the GLSL1, which is the new Quake renderer. So you can copy. Some people have new problems with the new renderer. I don't. So just copy both of those to your Quake folder, and you use either one of those instead of the latest one. Alright, and if you don't want to reinstall Quake and you want to get my config, just go to quakeworld.nu, which I'm bringing up now, and you'll see my config. I always upload my latest one here, and you can just click on that and then hit download for my config, and you put it in that configs folder, EzQuake configs. Alright, now I'm going to fire up the game.
So that folder I just downloaded in that zip file, where do I put that?
So you just take the two exe files out of it and put it into the EzQuake folder.
Okay.
So, alright, so whatever. So I'll wait till Thundermonk, who's kindly volunteered to be my guinea pig, until he gets those exe files.
They're in the folder now.
Yeah, so now you run the one, the GLSL1. That's what you click on when you want to open Quake.
Windows Defender Smart Screen prevented an unrecognized app from starting. Running this map might put your PC on risk.
Yeah, it's safe. Just tell it to
Yeah, there's no option.
There should be like a little info button at the bottom right.
Run anyway.
Yeah.
Installing viruses.
Yeah. So so now once you'll get to the console, and so you type cfg_load, and then the name of the config that did you copy my config out of the samples folder?
I haven't done that.
Okay, so do that.
Okay, I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so if you're in the EzQuake folder, you go into the EzQuake folder, then into the
EzQuake,
then go into the configs folder, then into the samples folder.
Right.
Alright, and
Dirtbox, holy shit.
Yeah, so my config comes sampled, and I think. Hang on, am I getting sound? Can anyone watching the stream tell me if sound's coming through?
I can hear your voice on stream. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So you copy that config to up one level to just from the samples folder to the configs folder, and rename it to like thundermonk.cfg instead of dirtbox.cfg. All right. And now, when you're in, once you've got that new GLSL exe open, and you're at the console, you type cfg_load Thundermonk, or whatever you named the config. You don't need to put a cfg.
Load space Thundermonk.
Yeah, cfg_load space Thundermonk, and then that will load my config. So now at the console, type connect mel.bezmela, which is B.
Hang on. Sorry. Thundermonk. Couldn't load. Using game dir instead.
Uh,
EzQuake configs. I called it Thundermonk CFG, but like, can I just call it Thundermonk?
Thundermonk.cfg.
Yeah, well, that's what I .cfg.
If you hide the extensions in Windows, you might not need to put the .cfg.
I'm just gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, just put
and then see what happens.
Yeah, alright, you just copy it and then leave it as Dirtbox if you want, and we can do that.
Okay, we'll do that.
Alright.
Okay, Dirtbox.
Yeah. So now go to the console and type cfg_load Dirtbox.
Space Dirtbox.
And it should bring up all this shit.
Yeah, yep.
Now go to the console and type connect.
Connect.
Yep. Space. MEL. Dot Besmella, which is BES.
Yep.
MELLA.com.
Okay.
Port 28501.
Space port?
No, just the colon, two dots.
Oh, cool. Jeez, yeah.
28501.
Port 28510.
28501.
No space in between port and the number?
No, so it's, mel.besmella.com, colon, which is the two dots, 28501.
Not. 28 port 285.
No, you don't actually write the word port though.
Ah.
Yeah. I'll send to you in chat.
I mean, oh yeah, I didn't
like that.
Yep.
Just copy and paste that.
Oh, you can do that?
Yep.
Nice. Yep, success. Bloodrun.
Yep.
It's making sounds.
Alright.
I can hear you running around, I think.
Yeah.
How do I get rid of the, there we go.
Alright.
I love how it's inverted.
Yeah, okay, so go to the console and type m_pitch, and then you'll see that it's then this number, 0.022. Type that. And it will be uninverted.
Yeah, cheers.
and then whatever your sensitivity is in Quake Champions, you just type sensitivity like that, and then the same number.
What is this movement key?
Oh, so just move.
Oh, I see.
It's
ED.
just it's just
That's fine for now.
Yeah. So I in any Quake game I use ESDF instead of WASD.
Yeah. What was that second thing you said to type into the config?
Sensitivity, and then a space, and then the same number you use in Quake Live and Quake Champions. You can also use here.
Nice. I like how it's all the same.
Well, the funny thing was, it didn't used to be like that. It used to be a Windows-based sensitivity, but because Quakeworld's open source, they brought it up so it's raw input, like how it should be. And if it's raw input on one of these based engines, it's the same. In Quake Champions, it's not raw input. It's using shitty D input, and they just emulated the numbers to make it like Quake Live.
How do I turn the volume down in this game?
Go to the console and just type volume and hit enter. And then if it's like 0.2, you could go like 0.05.
Do I just type volume space then a value?
Yeah, then the number.
0.1.
Yeah. Alright. So then, now if you type, you could just go to the console and type name Thundermonk.
Name Thundermonk.
Yeah. And now...
yeah.
And now type cfg_save space like thunder. Something like that. Just like that. So then whenever you load up the game, you type cfg_load, that name, and then that was CFG.
Is there gotta be Thundermonk or just Thunder?
Just anything. You just put TM if you want. It's just the name of the file. It right now writes in the F for
fuck. Underscore save.
Yeah.
We did it.
Alright, so
We
now,
got there.
now go to the console and type eye candy.
But the EYE or
Yeah, EYE, candy.
are you just fucking close the game?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now you
oh,
should,
now it looks good.
yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Now go to the console and type type this.
This game's cool. I like it. Okay. So / underscore draw V. What is that?
Yeah, and you can hit tab and it will complete the command for you.
IS fit.
Yeah. So that gives you a
A gun. Sweet.
yeah. Now you'll see that mouse 1 always shoots rocket launcher, and mouse 2 always shoots lightning gun.
How times have changed?
Yeah, so because you can write a script because it's instant weapon switch. So whenever I'm shooting LG,
Oh, wow.
I'm actually holding down my right mouse button instead
Yeah.
of
Is
my
that important for Quakeworld? Like, is that
no.
something?
So
'cause
you can just change it to
F.
manually change. You can
Yep.
just manually change that stuff. But that's how I play it. And then you press the wheel button down, and that's your grenade, and they're the 3 main guns.
Oh, true. So there's no rail in this, is there?
No, so because the rocket's so fast and strong, you kind of don't actually need rail. So
Is it faster in this than other Quakes?
Yeah, and more damage and more splash radius.
Wow.
Yeah, and so if you press your thumb button, that's a super nail gun.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then like R next to your strafe key is shotgun. Wheel down is axe. Yeah, and then like I've got then some other buttons that like you wouldn't have probably don't have on your mice, that I've got like double barrel shotgun and the regular nail gun, which is the weakest gun in the game. So that sort of gets you set up now, and you should see at the top right corner that you've got 1155 FPS. Is that right?
Yeah, well, 140. Oh, it's because I got River Tuner on. Hang on, let me just turn that off.
Yeah. So what you might have to do is add a profile for Reaver Tuner to
280. 1,143. Jesus.
Yeah, it should be pretty solid on 1155 though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and some people claim that you don't need more than like 616 FPS, but I've tested it. There's definitely a benefit to having more, but anything above 1155 is the point of diminishing returns. And so,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so it's basically because of the old way that this engine works. The updates to the internet are tied to your frame rate and everything like that. And so your frame rate needs to be a multiple of 77 because that's the tick rate, and that just gets you. Yeah, that's how it is. If you use my config, it's all sorted. That's exactly all you need to do. And so.
What about field of view?
Alright, so it's just FOV at the console. So whatever you have it in Quake Live, set it to the same as this, which
did it.
which will be probably a few less than...
It's 5 below QC, I think.
Yeah, I think I use 3 below QC. I use like 112 in this, and let me check. I use 112.
And the movement's weird in this.
Yeah, so as soon as you've done your first jump to get speed, you let go of forward.
Oh, okay.
And then you bunny hop like what Aniki would when you let go of forward.
Yeah, I wish you could hold space.
No, you have to press space every time.
Really?
Alright, and so then if you want to change your controls, you can actually just press escape, go to the options menu, and literally just go in through the go through the controls menu and put your movement keys, and where it says attack, you change mouse 1 to that, and just below that is weapons, and that's where you can change what keys you want to manually switch.
I'm not seeing.
So
movement.
yeah,
Always run on, smart jump on.
yeah. So just you leave. Oh no. So what screen are you on? Are you on player?
Player settings, weapon handling, movement, team skins and colors.
Oh yeah. So you see at the top, it's got the little menu items. So you've got graphic, player, graphics. They're like tabs.
Controls. I see.
Yeah. So hit that.
Yeah. Oh, I did it.
Yeah. So all you need to change is your movement.
How do you clear it?
You just
delete.
Click on it and then press enter, and then you put in the new, or you just press the new button that you want. I don't know how to delete. The delete key is how you clear it. Oh, I've just fucked up my whole config trying to change it. Yeah. So I'm just going to reload my config because I just accidentally fucked it up.
Oh.
And so the default EzQuake config also has an iCandy command, but if you enable that, the config that it gives you is terrible. You get like, even on a modern computer, you get low FPS, and but I've put my own one in there, and instead of it loading a different config, it just changes what's needed to make it look good.
So I can't shoot my rocket when I press left click now.
Yeah, so you see where it says attack in that list, you need to change that to mouse 1. So then you've got all your other mouse switch options, and yeah. So I have a question from the audience, and that is how to turn on the aimbot. And Mucker, get good cunt.
Big facts right there.
Yeah, I'll be back in 1 second. Alright, and so the other thing is, if you want to make the gun more invisible, so you can go art that command art_draw view model. I put 0.5 so it's 50% transparent, but something like maybe 0.4 would be better, so it's not obstructing your view. But you kind of need the gun on if you're going to be manually switching your gun, so you know what you're holding.
Yeah.
But now that you've put all that in, go to the console and type CFG_save Thunder again, so that all your changes are saved.
Yep.
Alright.
It works.
And that's it. You're kind of ready to go now with all you need. So what we do is we'll first go to like a practice map. So see the name of the map I just typed. If you type that same map name at the console.
DOVOMM4.
DMM4.
DOVOD.
No. POV. Yeah. Alright. So this is basically. Alright, so I'll change our team name set the same. So now I should be green, which is enemy, white, which is teammates. And now,
Right click, left click's not rocket anymore.
yeah. So so now you'll need to manually change your weapons.
Yeah, I might quickly do that. Real
Yeah.
quick. Where is it?
So it's under the controls menu as well, under where you set your direction. Directly below that is where you manually put
Yes.
your weapon.
Rocket launcher. Okay.
Yeah.
Nail gun. Shotgun. Fucking.
And so there's shotgun and super shotgun, and there's separate guns.
Yeah, but for what we're doing now.
Yeah. So really, you only need like the regular nail gun, like should never be used in any point of view.
Is it just when you've like you literally had nothing else?
Yeah, no, but even the regular nail gun, because there's a nail gun and a super nail gun. The regular nail gun is so weak that you might as well just use the start. You're better off just using the starting shotgun. It's so weak. So there's the single barrel, which is good for pressing buttons like this, because you have to shoot buttons to open things.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I have it as R, because I just quickly press R and it quickly switches and presses that and opens. We're not in a game yet, so it's not opening. And then, but I've got a separate button to fire every single.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's
Definitely something that you'd have to kind of do in this game.
Yeah, not as I thought everybody used it, but then when I moved to Europe, I found out that not that many people use it. But
So doesn't now do like LG do like 20 damage in this?
No, it's 30.
30. And like what's the tick rate like?
I think it's 10 cells per second.
Dude.
Yeah,
that's
it
300 damage.
It is
a second.
Wild.
Why don't people use it?
In this, it's like the best gun. You can just hold people up in the air indefinitely. Like it's.
I mean, I was watching like the games with you versus that Locktar, and it was just all rockets.
Yeah, well, that the first map we played doesn't have a lightning gun on it.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's like there's literally only rocket launcher and the grenade are the only guns worth using on that map. It doesn't even have a super nail gun either. So
something about it just feels like my rocket and my screen's looking to the right a little bit. It feels like the weapon is not right in the middle. Weird. It's probably just I'm probably just tripping.
Yeah, it should be actually. Go to the console and type this command.
Feels so weird. Okay.
And then the output it gives you, the fifth last line or so, it'll say resolution. What's it got there?
Oh, 960 by 540.
No, not the console res. About 5 lines above that.
Oh yeah, 1920 by 1080. It's probably right. I'm probably just tripping.
And what's it? It'll say at and then a number. What's that number?
144 hertz.
And is your monitor 144?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I swear it's okay. We can fight now.
Yeah. So if you type ready at the console, we can actually have a game. And you start off with all the guns. It just goes for 3 minutes. You start off with all the guns, and you just shoot each other, and then you respawn and go again.
Golly. What a spawn.
Yeah, there's only 4 spawns. Yeah, if mid-airs are really fun in this.
They seem like they're sick.
But also when they're in the air, you kind of want to pin them with the LG because it's so easy to do. But the knockback is huge on LG. So even though it does heaps of damage and it's easy to hold them up, because they get pushed back so far, it's actually hard to hold them up as well.
I'm gonna stay up here. I feel like it, like, you know, I kill you, then you kill me, because of the health. Wait, the armor.
Yeah, there's almost no point getting the armors on this. You're better off just shooting at one of the 4-point spawn points, and you're now
Oh, I'm
trapped. So I could just shoot you like that, or I can open it up and let you out. To get yourself out, what you got to do is shoot a rocket on the ground just outside the bars, and the splash damage will hit the button.
Oh, wow.
I'll show you. See, yeah. So you just get in the back corner, and you shoot the ground.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Oh my god. So like I know like all you pro guys like you know how you're just a green dude.
Yeah.
Because it's like clear and very visible, you know. But like, you know.
You don't like it?
Well, it looks like shit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I have. When you first loaded up and you saw the graphics, that's how I play. With it all completely turned off and turned down.
Yeah, I saw you guys. What is it? Lego Quake? Someone called it.
Yeah. And some people even turn off textures completely and just have solid colors.
Like I get that,
Yeah.
but like I'm fucking 23 years old. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's why I told you to press eye candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So you can actually make it so that there's an actual skin if you want.
Yeah, I was curious to see. What are these bags? Is this like...
Oh, so they're backpacks. So you don't drop your weapon when you get killed. You drop a backpack with the last gun you're holding and all the ammo you're holding.
For every gun?
Yeah. But in this mode, picking up the backpack gives you 10 health.
Oh, okay. What's the command for... So you're not a green man?
Alright, so let me just check. I can't remember. It is something you can do on the menu. I can't remember. Let me see. Graphics. Player. Okay, so if you go to the menu and then go options and then to the player tab up the top, and you'll see you've got team skin and colors and enemy skin and colors, and you'll see skin under enemy skin and colors.
Skins off, 4 skins on. Wait,
no, leave all that stuff on. So right down the bottom, you'll see the last section is enemy skin and colors.
Yeah.
All right, you'll see the skin, just the skin on its own, is 2_green.
Green, yeah.
Yeah. So if you go down to the one called base, if you press enter on that, and then go down to the skin called base, then and then change quad skin and pent skin and quad and pent skin all to that same base skin, and that's then.
Okay, hang on. I clicked on that thing, and what do I scroll?
Yeah, so when you
oh, base. I found base.png.
Yeah,
right?
so you choose that, and then you'll see it's got quad skin because you can assign a different skin for when they've got like quad. So like I could make it so you've got a blue skin if you've got quad or something like that.
Yeah. What happened to games not having this customization anymore?
Well, that's the thing. It's open source now, so this has got more options than any other game ever.
Hey, there you go. See, you're a person. It just it feels like I'm playing a game that isn't on like a Nokia, like a phone.
But I won't stand out as much. That's the thing.
Yeah, that is. It's more competitive.
But it is full brights are enabled, so no shadow will ever get cast on the other player, so they can't hide in. Because when the game first came out, you could just stand in a corner that was dark and they couldn't see you. You'd be hidden in the shadows. And so people realised that if you chose white or red skin, that no shadows would be casted. And then later on, when it was open source, they made it so that you could just make any skin. But like, if I've now set it to base as well, just while I'm playing against you now, and I guess I can see you, but it's for me, it might be.
It is harder.
Yeah.
Like, you know, anything you can do when it's like super competitive to make it easier. You know?
But like many people have.
Jesus.
3.
Like the air rockets. Like, please, air rocket me more. It's so sick. Okay, can you rocket jump, please? See, I don't. Well, see, my rockets suck, dude. Like
yeah, and
legit.
these are completely different speed rockets than you would have ever played with before. So
Yeah, faster. Yeah.
yeah, so for me it's sort of natural shooting like this.
Crazy, dude. I wish. Oh man, I just am sad I missed out on these games. You know.
So I've got a question from the audience. My LG color is black. Now, how do I make it normal? So you actually need to ask Profanum that because he has like, I'm pretty sure, no, he has an invisible LG. But there is, Marco, there is a color and it's like GL underscore custom, there we go. See this? GL underscore custom LG color. That command. And you need to change the value to 2 talking marks like that. And if there is a custom color set, that should remove it by putting it like that.
Oops.
Yeah, so you probably just press F6, so press F5 and you should join back in the game.
What is there a crouch in this?
No.
Oh.
And there's no slow walk either, because if you notice, walking is silent.
It is.
Yeah, but you're not very fast, but bunny hopping is when you make the noise. Alright, so I'll try that again if you like.
Yep.
Back in 1 second. Ready?
Yep.
At the console.
Oh.
Alright, so I've now also got these regular graphics that you do, the high graphics and everything, but I'll see how I go. Yeah, I can barely see you. It's terrible. Because you'll blend in with maybe it's not the right skin. I think you can get a skin that has the color and the graphics.
So, what do I need to type in to make it as basic as possible?
No eye candy for the graphics.
No space.
No, all one word. No eye candy.
Eye candy.
Yeah.
Alright.
That won't work in anyone else's config. It's a thing that I've put into my own config.
Oh, yeah.
So that.
So this is like yours looks like this floor looks like shit.
Yeah. That's how you play it, man. Well, actually, because before we had 3D graphics card, we would just have software rendering, and so it'd all be just running on your CPU and nothing else.
Yeah.
And so what you do is you turn all the graphics down. In software mode, to get more frames, and that blocky look is the look that it had in software, and so I actually make mine look like old school software mode, just because that's how I always love playing in the old school software mode. But,
yeah, that's fair. So just shoot me with LG. I want to watch my health go down. Oh, have I got spawn protection?
Yeah, just for a couple of seconds, but you still shoot them. It's only in this mode that it has spawn protection, but you still shoot them though because it still takes their armor down. Just not their health.
So what? Are there a few people who are keen to try this game out, huh?
Yeah, I think so, because everyone's sort of like QC. We've got no tournaments left in Australia unless you want to pay high ping. Everyone wants diabolical. So I think it was Phylum said, or a couple of people had said to me, when's the next tournament? Because there was a tournament that runs worldwide called Thunderdome, but and it's got heaps of different skill divisions, and they started running at that in Australia, but they changed the maps away from the standard maps to all these custom maps, and which I'm actually okay with them adding new custom maps to the pool, but they took out all the classic maps.
What game is this?
This is in this, but it's a tournament called Thunderdome, and so they took out, like all of the classic maps that I love and many other people love, and put in
Why would they do that?
Because map knowledge is 90% of the skill.
Oh, they
wanted
it up a bit.
Yeah, but the thing is, he had six skill divisions in Europe. Like it went all the way up to Division 6.
I like having lots of divisions.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, there was the other really big tournament that used to run in Europe was Duel Mania, and that's standard maps, one big bracket, and like they'd have like 256 player brackets. That's how big it was.
That's great. What game?
In Quakeworld.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and so, but Duel Mania was never in Australia. It was only ever in Europe. And it was considered the big one, the biggest bracket, the most players, and like to win you'd have to beat 13 people type thing, double elimination. And so the guy who ran Duel Mania, Dope Skills, he's a good friend of mine. He's a German player. I asked him very kindly if we can bring Duel Mania to Australia, and that's what we've done.
Is that coming up?
That's the whole reason I'm doing this video.
Oh, dude, sick! I'll fucking play in it. I'll learn this game. I'm down.
Yeah. So.
You can teach me.
Yeah. That's the whole reason.
Well,
I'm doing
that's the point.
Yeah. The whole reason I'm doing this is so all the Quake Champions players and the Quake Live players can, because it's not so much in Quake Champions, but in Quake Live, there's so many config things you need to know to get.
Honestly, man, I'm like after playing QL and like I'm so done with QC in a way. Like I'll play it and shit, but
well,
I just. There's so much. I'm keen for Diabolical and Quake Live.
Yeah, and so the whole reason is so that all the Quake Live, because as you can see, there's so many different config things in this, and the whole reason is to make it really easy for people if they want to load up into Quakeworld and not have to go through like this config that you're playing on now is 23 years in the making.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like with Quake Live, it's the same thing. Like when I first got it, you had to put in all these commands to get it to play well.
Yeah.
20 years in the making.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
So it would have been a few months after Quake came out. I realized.
So how many changes from? Sorry to cut you off. What you're saying?
Yeah, sorry. I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway.
What were you saying? You said you realized after Quake Live came out. That...
it's too difficult to set up. So if people use my config, they're going to get the best possible performance because that's the most important thing. Because it's so fluid and responsive. You want my config because it. Even if you turn the graphics up and down with those two commands I said, eye candy and no eye candy, you still get 1155 FPS on basically any computer.
What how many changes have you made in this config? From
over time.
From Quakeworld when you first get it.
So, the basic layout of my config, so the controls. But mouse 1 for Rocket, mouse 2 for LG, that sort of thing, probably hasn't really changed since 1997.
Yeah, but like, how many different config changes have you made to get this config
Oh yeah.
file
So well
to the
because
state it's at now?
before I moved to
Like
Europe, I played in
4
no like millions like
millions,
but
yeah.
before I moved to Europe, I was still playing in software mode, not even using 3D graphics card.
Well,
I
you're
had
still
one.
getting good FPS.
Well, back then, see, the game was originally capped at 77 frames a second, and
Oh,
and people, because they keep enhancing the engine because it's open source, because every time there's one frame, you send one packet to the server. So
oh,
if
really?
you increased it, it would actually change the physics of the game. So
Ah,
people change the engine so that it only sends an update no matter what 77 times, and then you can have the FPS separate from the net code basically. So, but that's why you always have to set your FPS to a multiple of 77. Because just say you set it to something that's not a multiple of 77, what it does, if you've got double 77, so 154, every second frame it sends a packet. So it's an even split every second frame. But if it's not a multiple of 77, how do you send an update to the server every 1.3 frames? Or,
so what ends up happening to the other person?
well, no, nothing. But what it is uh, it has to start sending a frame, sending a packet, and then rendering a frame, at slightly off timings. So
Right.
if you keep it at a multiple of 77, you're fine. And many of the top players in the world only use like 616 or 770 frames a second. And if your computer's only that good, then that's all you need. But if you're but from my testing, 1155 is the best. But if the EXEI got you to use the GLSL one, if you use that, which has got a modern renderer, you could probably get, with your graphics card, you could probably get 10,000 frames a second.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah,
Wow.
um, but the 1155 is, I believe, is the point of above that is the point of diminishing returns. So got the slowness. So
Yeah.
now type that at the console. ZTN DM3 is the real name of bloodrun. So bloodrun was made by a player called ZTN, and it was his third DM map.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh wow, who is this man? Is he still alive?
I don't know. ZTN, I could probably look up his name on like a map database or something. But he made a whole series. He made like ZTN 1 through 6. He also made ZTN Base. And so then anyway, when Quake 3 came out, a guy called Hub or something like that, his name was, he remade ZTN for Quake 3. But you'll notice all the proportions and everything are different in this.
Yeah, it's smaller.
Yeah, but the proportions are kind of the same in Quake Live and Quake Champions. And that's because the guy who remade it for Quake 3, he remade it to suit the proportions of Quake 3, and then when it went to Quake Champions and whatnot, it kept those kind of proportions. So this is the original, but it's kind of different to the others, but it's basically the same map. All the items are in the same place.
Was this the first map that this map was on, or was this Quake 1?
Yeah, this is Quake 1. Quakeworld is Quake 1.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so what it is Quake 1 came out, but it was only good for like LAN play. They hadn't like written netcode for the internet very well, so they kept the same game but just made a new exe file to open.
So this is like Quake Live is to Quake 3, but Quake 1.
Yeah, but Quake Live changed other things as well. Like they changed like damage rates, they optimized maps and stuff like that. Like Quake Live has evolved over time to, it's very, very similar, but it is kind of different. Whereas Quakeworld is literally the same folder on your computer, just a different exe file, and it was multiplayer only, whereas Quake 1 had multiplayer and single player. But then, because it was open source, they ended up adding multiplayer into Quakeworld. And so this package that you've downloaded is everything. It's all Quakeworld, but it's got the single player in there with the monsters and everything as well.
It's Quake 1 as well.
Yeah, it's got everything in there. It might even be able to connect to Quake 1 servers, but yeah, Quake 1 you actually want to play?
Yeah.
But what we'll do is we'll play the like.
Is this a jungle?
Yeah. So what we'll do is I'll go to a different version of the map. So you type ZTM DM3Q, and what this is someone's made the Quake World version of ZTN like Quake Live. So so you've moved the mega here, and the other change is there's a yellow armor here instead of a green armor, because the green armor is so weak, and this makes the map a fair bit more balanced, because otherwise it's like a real rape map. Like I can get, because there's only 2 armors, decent armors, because you can't get an armor and then pick another one up. Once you've got that armor, you've just got that armor.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so if you've got full armor, if you've got full red armor, you can't pick up another red armor unless you damage the first one. And you can't pick up a yellow armor until your red armor is damaged down below the value of a yellow armor. So, and all the armors respawn every 20 seconds. So timing armors isn't as important in Quakeworld, because they come so often, and as soon as you pick up 1 red armor, you're at full 200 armor and it doesn't tick down. So as you just pick up the red and you're fully stacked.
So wait, if I've got a yellow, how do I pick up a red?
So red's better than yellow. So if you've got a yellow, you can pick up a red. But if you've got a red, you can't pick up. You can't go
until
down.
it goes below the yellow.
Yeah, but also they actually deflect damage at different rates as well. So not only are they different values, like green armor gives you 100 armor, yellow 150, red 200, but red not only gives you more of a number of the armor, but it also deflects more damage than a yellow or a green.
Jesus.
So, but the game automatically calculates if you've got a half damaged yellow, and there's a green there, you always try and pick it up, because it basically calculates which is better and then gives you the better one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so because this map is when this map was originally made, Mega Health wasn't in this corridor here. Mega Health wasn't there. Mega Health was in here, just here. And there's a second rocket launcher here as well. But that means you've got the red armor here, and then you've got the Mega Health right here. So if you're like the person that's lucky enough to spawn up there, you get both items. And if the other person spawns at quad, then you get the yellow as well, and the other person gets a green, which is useless.
And it's nothing.
So it's really unbalanced, and the spawn raping in this map is insane. Like,
can you please rocket jump to red?
Oh yeah. So in Quakeworld, you can't look directly up or down, if you notice.
I did not notice.
Yes, you can't look.
Oh, that's right. You have to.
So yeah. So when you rocket jump, you can't just look down and then press jump and shoot like you can in other Quakes. Because the
yeah, you got to shoot behind you.
So you've got a sort of 180 spin, and that's how you get the big height.
Wonder why they made it so you can't look straight down.
Yeah, I don't know, but
no reason. It's for the memes. Fuck it. Oh, that's not right.
Yeah. So all right. So you want to play? I've got to tell you. This is going to be unpleasant for you. I'm just gonna get rid of my graphics and load up. Sorry, I'm just gonna.
It's gonna be unpleasant for you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna reload the map so I can get my old graphics back. But the difference is if you spawn at quad now on this map, you can actually get a yellow armor. So it makes it a bit more fair, and the Mega's in a spot where you're more used to it. But yeah, it's gonna be unpleasant. That's all I'm saying. But luckily you know bloodrun very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to type ready again because I restarted the map. Actually, I just noticed your ping is actually really high. So let's go to
53 is alright.
Yeah, but Quakeworld's like it's quite an old netcode and engine. So what would be feel fine with 50 in like Quake Live or Quake Champions is less fine, especially if you're shooting rockets in Quakeworld. So we're gonna go to.
How do you have 12 ping?
12 is actually the lowest you can get in Quakeworld. But that's because this server is in Melbourne.
Right.
And I just forgot we don't have Sydney servers anymore. I thought I was getting a free server from Microsoft, and then they started billing me like $300 a month for it, so I got rid of it. But yeah, this server is actually hosted in my house, so I'm like on LAN to this server. Which is why I wanted to move to Sydney, because LAN ping in Quakeworld is it's a different beast.
Devastating.
Alright. I'm actually gonna lower it down to 5 minutes. Just to break
the suffering.
Break it down, break it in gently. Just sorry, 1 second. And there's no set spawns either. Everything's fully random.
No what?
No set spawns. Spawns are completely random.
I love getting stuck on geography. I see the randomness. When Mega spawn?
So Mega, only one person can hold it at a time. So it spawns 20 seconds after it runs out on the last person. So only one person can time it. And it's the one item that you do time in this. So I've got it now, so you can't pick it up.
Jesus. That's so fast. You guys so fast, it's crazy. I can't believe they thought this was a good idea.
But it's very brutal.
I get like when they made this game, they were like, "Oh yeah,
well bunny hopping.
This is a good amount of damage."
But bunny hopping was an accident, and people were using a keyboard to control aiming. So like
a keyboard to aim.
Yeah, people hadn't used a mouse to play video games before this game. Or some people may have used it for Doom.
Is that why it's so much damage? Because
because
keyboard's so hard.
High accuracy input mice and shit didn't exist then. It was ball mice. So
it was extremely difficult. What were you saying?
So ball mice were like not that accurate.
I'd love to watch a pro game in this map. Now that I've played it. We can still win this. I only need 17 kills.
What? I red and mega.
Get wrecked, dude.
Youngins who can aim.
That's so There's a teleporter, is it, isn't it? Really? I don't think so. Yeah, oh, there's a telly. Hey, look, a mega. It's convenient. The LG runs out of ammo.
Yeah, very quick.
How much damage does the nail gun?
Not much. But the super nail gun is kind of good for spam.
I can see what you mean by the lag, like jittering around and shit.
Yeah. And I'm streaming and the server's on the same connection.
I suppose you probably still got mega. Oh, is that GD?
Yeah, so as soon as the other person gets below 100 health again, then the timer, because the mega does count down, and then the timer does.
Is that when the timer starts?
Yeah, the timer starts from when it runs out.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
How quick has changed.
Yeah, sorry.
Can I have a smoke? Smoke break? Or is there something else you wanted to do?
No, so that's basically the main basics I wanted to show you. So the maps that are in the duel tournament are DM2. So if you type DM2.
Okay.
So if you stay there. Alright, so this map is basically a big square. So if you follow me.
One moment.
I'll give you a quick rundown of this map.
Yep. Okay.
You fall down there, you die. Go to the middle of the two platforms, then go to the wall and try and jump out. Yeah.
I feel like I'm playing Minecraft. Help me.
You gotta time it. Go to the middle, go to the middle, go to the middle.
Okay.
Jump, son, jump. Alright, this is the famous big room.
Oh, wow.
Now, in this, there is a yellow armor there, a yellow armor there. Now, I'll put it in practice mode so all the buttons and shit work. Now, if somebody's in that armor room, you press this button and it squashes them.
Oh.
And so there's also a button here. But now, if you go up the stairs here and then drop down into that little room where the armor is,
Yeah.
Yeah, either side. You'll see it might be squashed now. Now
It's
press the
squash
button
mode.
that's in there, but don't go through the teleporter. See the whole main floor. Look through the bars.
Ah.
Opens. It's kind of like no one does that in game, but it's really funny when they do. Like people will try and quickly get out before the thing closes. You're in trouble. Yeah, you're gone.
Is that it? I'm stuck.
Yeah, you're never getting out.
Never getting out. You have to let me out.
Yeah. So what some people do is they will open the floor and then rocket jump back out.
Open the what?
Open the floor like this with a button in the armor, but then rocket jump back up to the stairs there. So like stand on the stairs, you'll see what I mean. I'll drop down here, press the button, rocket jump up without going through the teleporter. And,
Yep.
And then sometime in team games it can catch people off guard, but it's kind of like a silly thing. No one ever does it.
Yeah.
All right, so keep following me.
Okay.
Go through. All right, you go around here. So quad's up there, but you don't need it because we're not team play. Keep following me. Now we're back to where you started. So it's literally just a square. So this map looks like a maze, but it's literally just a square. That's how big it is.
Alright, so it's just this room. These
Right.
stairs that go to nothing.
Yeah.
How do you get up there?
Yeah, so okay, so now you can go down here. Now there's 2 spawn points down here. One there, one there. Now you press that button, and you come through here, and now you're up top. And across there is a mega health and a grenade launcher. Alright. Come across. Now down here is a rocket launcher. Alright, keep following me. Now we're back at the water. Alright. We come up here. Now we're heading back to where you started. Now there's a button there. Shoot it. The button. Now look next to you to the right.
Oh wow.
This is secret red armor. Alright. So if you ever hear someone go in water, you know that they've just got that armor. Alright.
Oh, the secret.
Yep,
red
so
armor.
back this way. Back this way. So now, the other part of the side of the map is the red mega. Now, when the game was designed, this is how you got it. You walk in here, and now if you look in here, see there's a red and a mega.
Alright, wow.
Now you press this button, and you'll see a platform goes across to it. Now you quickly run around here. You press this button, which opens this, and then you quickly walk across before the platform's closed. Now if you look behind you, there's another button. Yeah, press it, and that's how you get out again. So to get out of the lava, you look down, press it backwards, you float to the top, then you rocket. Yeah. Okay, so, but then people discovered strafe jumping, and you can just jump across it really easy. And you can even just jump around this corner. Hold.
Oh, this is the fucking thing I've seen so many times when I'm watching these.
Yeah, so you just hold forward and forward.
Oh, there's that path people do.
Yeah.
People go like, and they go like this and this,
Yep.
and they
And
grab
now
it.
this teleporter takes you just straight to the big room. So that's actually the entire map. It's actually like, it looks like a maze, but it's actually really simple. I think there's, you almost got me. I'll squeeze it. I think there's like 9 or 7 spawn points on the map. And it's really like a strategic cat and mouse game. Like, so what some people do, if they're waiting here for the red and mega, they just stand here. So stand on the edge, and I'll jump in the corner. Stand closer to the edge.
Okay.
I'll jump in the corner, and then they just fall in the lava, and they're dead.
You could like hold out your axe thing.
Yeah, but what you do is you don't stand with your feet over the edge, or I can just stand here and see you. So you got to learn to stand, right in the middle, and not over the edge. No, in the middle here. There. Yeah. All right. But I can just see you, so you can stand back like just a tiny bit more. Now I can't see you. So that's where you stand. Oh, actually, yes. Yeah.
I'll just shoot you anyway.
Yeah, that's what you give them a point blank rocket, and then they go in the lava. And so I'll show you a trick if you come back here. If you fall in this lava and you don't have enough ammo to health to rocket jump out, you can get on this ledge here. Now it's extremely. Oh, you just fucking did that first. That is like an extremely difficult jump because your head hits here. So like,
you're like, this is an extremely. Oh.
Yeah, it's literally like look. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I'm just gonna never do it again now.
Yeah.
100% success rate.
Yeah, that's exactly. Now I'm gonna give you something hard. Rocket jump from these stairs. Up to the top.
Up to that.
Yeah, up to there, or the platform.
Oh, okay, easy money.
All right,
I did it.
Now, one other thing is, once you learn it one side, the stairs aren't symmetrical, so you can't do it the other side.
Those ones are bigger, yeah.
Yeah, they're just not symmetrical. Like the guy who made it, American McGee, he obviously
fucked it up.
He obviously didn't have OCD.
Yeah.
But the easiest step to do it off is that step. So, hang on. Yeah, so this step. Yeah.
Bitch.
And yeah, so what you got to do is you got to turn and pivot and rocket jump off that corner, the corner of the step. But then you have to curve in the air so you don't hit the back.
Right.
Yes. So. No, but yeah. So.
I mean, like, especially when I don't think about it too much. I was nearly getting it before. My timing's always been off with the shooty and the jumpy.
Also, rockets are affected by lag, and 50 is sort of okay. Once you start getting above 50, you start noticing rockets are more difficult, and rocket jumps are more difficult. So the easiest way to do it is line it up on the step, and then yeah, you're on the wrong step. It's actually quite. Yeah, that one. Yeah, boy.
Nice.
Now that side, because you can rocket jump all the way here, or you can curve around and rocket jump there. So because you've got full air control, now watch this.
My oh nice. My sensor's too low to play this game.
Yeah, that's. I've had to massively lower my sensitivity to go down to Quake Love and Quake Champions because your movement is affected by low sensitivity.
Yeah, like my arm's getting sore.
Yeah, like I still only move with my wrist. I barely move my arm at all.
Dude, my whole arm, elbow, shoulder, everything, all involved in this right now.
Yeah. So
getting a workout.
Some people who come from games with rail that use much lower sensitivity have to actually increase their sensitivity to play this game if they want to start doing this shit.
Yeah, like that jump where you get the mega and the heavy, and then you go across like a snake.
Yeah, around the corner.
Like you weave through it. I can't. Hey, look at that.
Nice. And so this side, it's more difficult. So when I learned, I copied a player called Def, and he would just run up here without stopping and just hit that rocket jump every single time. It was.
Is it Def or Death, or is it the same guy or a different guy?
Def, DEF. He's a.
Okay.
He's in the Cool Kids channel.
I'm pro now.
Yeah, and so he would run up and hit it with 100% accuracy by using you run up the stairs, and then when you're a couple of steps away, you let go forward and strafe right, and you still move forward.
Left?
Yeah, strafe left. So once you let go of forward, you still move the next 2 steps up, but then you're strafing right, and then you pop it. And,
yeah, because you get that. You still keep it forward.
Yeah, and he could do it so fluid that that's how I learned how to do this jump. And then I realised one day that Oh, it's actually fucking way easier on the other side. So
I do it from this side. Yeah.
And so, the stair jump was actually too difficult for people in the beginning, so they'd do it from here. They go up there, they do it backwards, and go up like that.
How's the self damage in this game?
It's half.
Okay.
So rockets do 110 damage direct, and so if you do a point blank at a wall, it's 55 damage. But because you can't look directly down, most rocket jumps are far less. Actually, see the ammo counter down the bottom?
Your mic's cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, see the ammo counter down the bottom?
Yes.
That's actually your self damage right now. So, because we're in warm-up mode. So if you point blank into a wall, it should be 55.
Oh, why is it telling me this?
It's just to show you.
Oh, because it's training mode.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll show you in the next
Why
round.
am I hitting my head off?
Yeah, that. I'll show you the next round of cool jumps.
Okay. Alright, that's good.
Alright, follow me. Come back. Yeah. Stand there.
Let me turn my sensitivity up. Sense. Fucking 2.
Alright. So like stand like there. Now follow me. Watching.
Watching. Is that it? Easy clap. Yep, got it.
And so, because it's dangerous to go down in this area, go there. Go in that corner there. Yeah. Because it's dangerous to go down here because you've got to press the button and you can get trapped in there. You've got to be able to do it quick. Yeah. So, you come down and then you can do it.
Yep.
You can bounce straight away and then press the button and come back up. Alright. Now, stand behind me. Watch this. Alright. Get back a bit.
I'm going to stand behind me and you're going to show me something hard. Oh, nice.
Oh, fucking the talented, eh? Okay, so now stay here. Actually, stand like right here, like this, looking at the floor just there. All right. So now come down close here, just so you can't be seen behind the wall, and so you can shoot the floor just there. Yeah. Okay. Now if you listen, I'll go into that secret red armor. You'll hear me pick it up, and then you hear me come out of the water. And when you hear that noise coming out of the water, which is this sound, yeah, you shoot like here, just there, and you hit them every single time. So yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's just the way.
You can hear. Now, so basically, now if you stand just here and watch that little doorway where the red armor is, they'll stand like here. Yeah, so you're out of the way. Now, I'll show you the pro way how to get out of there.
Oh, yeah.
I'll fuck it up. It's so hard when someone's watching.
Yeah. Can we strafe jump out of there, huh?
Yeah, so if you time it perfectly, no water.
I'll try it. Wait, did I go the wrong way?
No, you got to shoot the button to open the side door.
Oh. Sneaky. Well, kind of. Do you strafe with 8, like forward and left or whatever?
No, so every other Quake, to get speed, you just do like a 90-degree turn and you strafe. So press F6. All right, so you spectating me?
Yeah.
All right, so every other Quake you sort of go like that to get speed.
Wait, yeah, okay, yeah.
But in Quakeworld, it's different. You've got to do a double, like that.
So do it again.
It's like 2 at once. So, but here, what you do is you open it, then you pull back, and you've got to do that exact jump from the corner. Normally, I hit this like 100% of the time, but because someone's watching, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was having that problem.
Yeah. So the other trick you can do is this. So you come in, because many people can't do this jump because it's actually like really hard. I'm still gonna do it. So the other thing is you do this to see if they're there or not. You go like this.
Yeah, because that's
You
the same.
just jump, and if then they shoot a rocket, then you shoot one there. So there's all these little cool things.
Yeah, same as every fucking Quake map. Yeah, just run around for a bit. I kind of want to watch.
Alright, so.
Like, it feels super awkward
Yeah.
to me because I'm not used to it.
Because, in this, only the very first jump do I hold forward. Now, the rest of the time, I like.
Yeah,
when I'm
but
playing
so.
like,
With QL, like, every Quake after this, being able to hold space helps so much with easiness.
Yeah. So, see, I didn't even know that existed until Quake Champions. And so even to this day, even if I'm playing Quake Champions, I don't hold space.
It's not like I always hold space, obviously. It's just certain times, like, when, like, go to that room, like, where you're getting the red and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like...
This one or the other
one? So, like, this whole segment, I would, like, hold space for.
Yeah.
Because you're just doing jump after jump after jump.
Yeah.
You know, like, as fast as you can. Like the moment you hit the ground, jump, jump, jump. But when like, obviously, like, when you're trying to go around corners and stuff, you delay your jump a little bit. Well, not in this, but the roll.
Yeah. So what you have to do is, you just have to press it every time. That's there's no fucking choice. It's like you have to time every single jump perfectly.
Spacebar, like I said after the lane, I was gonna make right click jump, and that I was gonna turn my sensitivity up, and I forgot to do that. I think I might still do that, and just bite the bullet, you know, and get used to it because like, it's gonna suck for a while, like having a different sense and using right click to jump. But I just find spacebar, like, listen to this thing.
Yeah.
Like fuck that. Like, and then listen to this. Like, nice tactile.
Just get a keyboard that's silent.
No.
Get a keyboard with Cherry MX Brown switches.
I think mine are browns. Except the spacebar sounds different. Legit. It's fine. Where's my fucking lighter?
Alright. So that's DM2. I don't know if I can be fucked going through.
No, yeah, well, I want to have a smoke.
Yeah.
But this was a...
Yeah.
You could like clip the part out where you install it from this stream.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. It's at the very beginning so people can learn how to set it up.
Well, no, make a highlight.
Yeah.
And upload it to YouTube and shit. That's what I'd do. Just highlight it, download it, upload it to YouTube. And shit. Wait, what's the game I should watch yours on YouTube?
Well, the only games are like my QuakeCon games, and
what's one you did good?
I don't recommend those because apart from the games on this map, I get my ass kicked by Loctite. But because you can record demos in this, I've got like hundreds of demos of games. But probably, if you want to look at games, search for Recall, which is spelt like this.
I'm outside.
Recall, okay. Milton, Locust, these players. Milton and Recall were, of the last 10 years, the two best one-on-one players. My favourite map, DM4, Locust, I believe, is the best DM4 player in the world.
2 YouTube ads, wow.
So it depends on the map, but if you want to watch ZTN, like a bloodrun, look up Recall. Him or GT would be the best two players in the world on that map. If you want to look at this map, then Reload is by far the best player. And any Europeans who are watching, it's true.
How much of this game have you played?
So,
How many hours of this game have you played?
I've probably played like 50,000 hours.
50.
Yeah. I was trying to work it out once, but I've probably
I
played.
remember you saying. I think you said it was like 40-ish.
Say that again?
I think you said last time I asked it was like 40,000 hours.
I once estimated it as 100,000 hours, and then
I feel like that's a bit over.
then yeah, and then I sort of actually went and sort of calculated it back how much I used to play when I was like your age, and you know I'd play like 4 or 5 hours a day every day, and then I didn't play any for like 6 years.
Oh, didn't you?
No, I played the game of banging as many females as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quakeworld's more important. Just so
Well, Quakeworld was good, but that one was a bit more important.
No, false. Quake is life. I mean, I've heard I'm late to the party, man. You know, like I was watching Cypher beat Rafa on Quake Live, and the dude was 23 when he did that.
Yeah.
He's my age. But yeah, Quakeworld feels incredibly
Awkward.
like going upstairs and stuff.
Yeah.
Because in the Quake Live, you hold space and you just fly upstairs, but in this you kind of got to stop jumping.
You have to walk up them. So you gotta know the sweet spot of where you stop walking, so you don't hit up against one of the stairs.
Yeah, it's like on the ground.
Yeah, like if you jump into stairs like this, see that? You see it clipped?
Yeah.
So what you have to do is you learn where to stop for that not to happen. It's like, for me, it's like automatic. Like I just know when to stop. Yeah. But it's the same in like CPMA, because CPMA you can let go of forward to bunny hop, but when you get to stairs, you have to hold forward, and you've got to learn it where and how you do it. And I try and move around in CPMA, and I can do like all the cool stair double jump moves. But if I just want to bunny hop straight up some stairs when I'm not holding forward, I just fucking hit the stairs and stop every time because I haven't spent the time to learn it.
I might go now if that's all you need from me.
No, you're just my guinea pig.
Yeah,
so that
that's just good.
people could learn at the start of the video how to set up EzQuake with the best settings ever.
Yeah. I might be back on a bit later then, man.
Alright, no worries. We'll play some Quake Live on Elder.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool. Alright. Cheers. Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Alright, so that is how to set up Quakeworld. And if you want me to give some like more map run throughs on different jumps and tricks and stuff like that you need to know, I'm happy to do those on DM6 and DM4 also. Arrow Walk and ZTN are widely known in many games, so I don't really need to give anyone any pointers there. But in DM4, this map, most brutal map ever made in an arena FPS. This map, or DM6, which was made by Tim Willits. Then I'm happy to give a run through of strategies and trick jumps and whatnot for these games. Alright, I'm going to end it there. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you have come into the Cooked Esports Discord if you've got any questions, and I'm happy to help anyone set up. Alright, cool. Enjoy, everyone.